No Man's Sky expeditions. We all love them. Of course, that is until you get to that one milestone that just drives you absolutely bonkers and ruins an entire afternoon. Some expeditions are fantastic and don't have many of these moments. However, some expeditions are absolutely riddled with them. Looking at you, exobiology, freaking hate that one. So, here are 7 simple ways to get you through them as efficiently and funly as possible. And yes, I said simple. I don't need any 2,000-hour veterans hitting me up down in the comments yelling about how they already do all of these things and that my video is useless. But, maybe. I'm just kidding. Let me know down below no matter what you think. In fact, come on, just hit me up. How are things going? I'll respond to every single comment. Okay. Viewer retention is going down, so let's get the attention pulled back in by saying, Number 1! Review every single milestone, and don't feel like you have to go in order. Some people, they get the game, they start playing the expedition, and they do it. They do milestone 1, they do milestone 2, they do milestone 3. That's great, but there's stuff later down the road, phase 4, phase 5, with easy objectives, and you could do them way sooner, get the loot sooner, and just knock them out of the way. Maybe you're on a planet that lets you do one, and then you don't even realize it, so you're so far away by the time you do see it that you never actually finish it. So just look at every milestone at the very beginning, and just make sure you're doing all the easy ones up front, all the ones that you can do, and just keep an eye on your options so you're getting as much done as possible as fast as possible. Number 2. Start it from your main save. This is something, especially if you've been playing for a longer time, you're probably going to forget it. I forgot to do it like 2 times in a row, so I had to restart this new expedition like 3 times. So what you're going to do is instead of starting a new game with the expedition on it, which is fine, you'll still get the rewards that transfer over every account, but if you start it from your main save, the save that you have like 60 hours on or whatever, that way you're going to get the bonus rewards. You'll get bonus quicksilver and nanites and units and all that. So it's just way easier. Plus it lets you take stuff into the expedition, stuff out of the expedition. It's way better. So just make sure, especially if you just have it in your muscle memory, start it from your main save. Number 3, kind of relating to number 2, I want you to take the essentials. You're allowed to take stuff into expeditions now, assuming you have a previous save. Don't do anything crazy, just take a pair of rocket boots so you can move around faster, maybe a hyperdrive upgrade, something like that. And then as far as the inventory stuff goes, just give yourself the basic crafting materials. That way you don't have to farm for forever on the expedition, which can be super boring and annoying. So just, if you have a stash of ferrite dust, if you have a stash of condensed carbon, sodium, especially chromatic metal, you need so much chromatic metal for like every expedition. Just bring chromatic metal. Just every single basic resource, oxygen, everything, throw it in there. Don't have to like totally fill your inventory, but it will definitely stop you from having to farm a ton of resources throughout the expedition, so you don't have to just sit there grinding. And number 4, so just stick to the main expedition path, especially rendezvous systems. Some people get frustrated because there's, discover this kind of animal, discover this kind of planet, and they just start gallivanting around trying to find it. Some of these are going to be pretty rare. There is one time you had to find a beetle. Beetles are pretty rare, but the people who are making the expedition, Hello Games, right, they know this. So, especially in the rendezvous systems, a lot of the more niche and rare stuff is going to show up in the rendezvous systems. Maybe not on the specific planet, but those general locations. So if you just stick to the main expedition path, you have a way higher chance of finding beetles, or biomes, or toxic animals, or just whatever the expedition's asking you to do. Just stick to the rendezvous systems. Most of the time, they're going to have them there. Number 5, hoard everything. Okay, not everything, but like I said earlier, expeditions, one of the main bottlenecks is your resources, because you're starting a new save, you don't have money, you don't have materials, unless of course you followed step 3 and you did take materials. But long story short, keep your ferrite, keep your carbon. If you find something valuable, keep it. Every time you get a new expedition milestone, keep the rewards because they usually help you later down the road. Just make sure you have all the resources you gather. Don't feel the need to super organize your inventory, declutter it. You're only going to be on this save file for a few hours anyway, so might as well just keep everything just in case you need to use it later on. There's always a milestone that catches you off guard. Number 6. So, this one, I want you to select individual goals. This game will walk you through them. It's super nice. People don't always realize this. I see people whining, especially on this new expedition. Oh man, how am I supposed to find synthetic life forms? I just have to go to a bunch of random planets till I find them? No, you don't. If you just select the milestone for synthetic life forms, the game will just tell you. It'll just be like, hey, look at this system, look at this planet, and go there. So it's really not that bad. Most of the slightly harder goals, the game, if you specifically select the goal, will give you the little hints in the corner, and it walks you through them, makes it way easier to achieve what you're trying to get. Number 7. I want you to cheat. Don't actually cheat, but sometimes the milestones really are just BS and none of the other tips will help you. So after giving it a good try, hour and a half, don't be afraid to just consult the Discord. The No Man's Sky Discord has a very good expedition roadmap that kind of just walks you through every single thing. So if there's just an animal or an item or a biome you're trying to find and you just can't for the life of you do it, even after sticking to the rendezvous systems like I told you to, just look at the Discord, get some portal coordinates, and teleport there because frankly, it's not worth spaceshipping around for 3 hours just to find a beetle. On the topic of Discords, go ahead and look down below. We have a Discord. Might as well join it. All right, promotion aside, I'm going to give you a couple little bonus tips. These ones are, I didn't want to include these in the main list just because they're a little more situational, but a pretty good amount of expeditions are going to have these things called community milestones, which as you can guess are way chunky milestones achieved by the entire community. These aren't necessarily hard, they're just a little slow, which is why if you're starting the expedition like opening weekend, you're probably just going to have to sit and twiddle your thumbs while you wait for the community milestones to finish. So I'm going to recommend, if you can hold your horses, be patient just a little bit. It'll pay off in the future, because then if you just start the expedition like a week later, usually all the community milestones will already be done. You can collect all the gear from them right up front, which gives you a head start, and then you don't have to sit there waiting for the expedition to be done because you're done with every milestone, but you don't want it in the expedition yet because you want to make sure you get the community milestone, but you still want to collect the rewards, and sometimes it's just a little slow, a little annoying, so if you can just wait, that'll help you a bunch. And last but not least, this bonus tip. This has only happened like once, but if the expedition ever offers an alternate reward, make sure you get both of them, because you don't want to redo the entire expedition just to get a different kind of hat that you're never going to use, but you also don't want to lock yourself out of having the hat for the rest of eternity, so just make a save, reload it, make sure you get both, or at the very least, if you want to be slightly more honest, just do the expedition twice. That way you can get both hats, because these things are time limited, they usually come back, but they're exclusive rewards, so it would be a shame if you just missed out on a reward because you didn't want to get it. Or, well, not because you didn't want to get it, but because you chose the other one. I think it's kind of lame that they lock you out of both options, so just reload, get both of them, no big deal. So there you have it, everyone. 7 simple tips that get you through your No Man's Sky expeditions. I know a lot of people like to make No Man's Sky tips, so I tried to make it a little more specific, so it's not just things everybody should do, because that's pretty vague and usually not super helpful. So go ahead, let me down below. Was I too vague? Should I make more No Man's Sky tips videos in the future? I don't know. Let me know. Keep in mind, we got the Discord. If you like the video, like it. If you subscribe to the video, subscribe it. Love yourself no matter what, because you're a super cool guy, even if you like me or don't or never see me again. And I almost forgot, I have to ask the question. This guy answered the question last time, so if you answer this question, you'll end up in the end of next video. What is your favorite planet? Alright, I'll see you guys next time.